Hello, hello.
How's it going?
Aki, it's going.
Yeah,
It's going.
it's going. It's happening. Oh my goodness. Where are you in the world?
I'm in Miami. I'm in my apartment right now
Ooh, okay. Are you with family?
with my plant family.
Oh, what kind of plants do you have? I have a plant family too.
Damn, I should know their names. I just bought them. I haven't gotten acquainted yet.
I just have a bunch of succulents because everything else I get dies very quickly. So.
I have a couple snake plants. I got a couple money trees. Um, I don't know what this one's called, but it's so pretty.
Oh, it's
No,
all big boy.
it got my whole space. I'm very excited about it.
I love it. So I've been kind of asking everybody pretty much the same questions. I'm gonna go ahead and start with: have you been listening to any new music lately?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Kehlani's album is amazing. I-
Oof. That one's pretty much gone viral, at least that I've seen and noticed. And TV shows. Are you watching anything right now?
Um, dude, what haven't I watched is the better question. I have not stopped with the movies, but what am I watching? What did I mean, I keep saying this one, but Casa de Papel.
Yes.
I
Yes. That show is so good.
like
My favorite.
good, and I'm so attracted to Tokyo, so I watch it.
It's so beautiful. It like hurts a little bit. Yes, that is a wonderful show. I can't wait for the next season. I hated that it ended on a really good cliffhanger.
Always. Every episode has a great cliffhanger. That's what I love about it. Like I feel like the writing is really just enthralling.
I feel like I can't wait for it. Oh my goodness. To everybody who's watching, and if we have any new people on, welcome. We're doing a live stream. It's for Stronger Than You Think. We're talking about mental health in a couple minutes. Apparently, I was told that if you guys keep donating, we're just gonna stay in chat a little bit longer. So go ahead and donate. Let's go into mental health if that's okay with you.
Of course.
Um, so pretty much the main one is just what's your mental health story? It's whatever you feel comfortable sharing, but yeah.
What is my mental health story?
Such a
Well,
broad
I feel
question.
like for me personally, mental health is an interesting like topic of conversation. I feel like it kind of spans over so many different layers of kind of my existence on this planet so far. And of course it's unique to me and my experience. So it's, there's we all have different kind of things that have personally impacted us. Some have more boxes ticked than others, of course, but like I don't think that that diminishes anyone's sort of experience, right? So there's I of course have many privileges involved in my life, but that doesn't really kind of escape create a space where we can all escape from the reality of the world that we are living in, and the country that we're living in. And I feel like there's just a lot of like post traumatic stress for all of us and our families. And I think that that's definitely had its effect on me, like intergenerationally. Um, and not to say that anyone in my family isn't a beautiful person in their own right as well and taught me beautiful things, but we all have stuff that we're healing in our lives. So things started off there for sure, because it's kind of like a general question, so I'm kind of like generalizing it.
So it's super broad. It's wherever you want to go with it. But yeah, I definitely feel that. I think a lot of times you could literally have the perfect family and there's still little things that hang with you for a while, and it's definitely worth talking about.
Something as simple as like love languages being different, you know what I mean? And like your parents not really knowing what your love language is, or you not knowing what their love language is, and you guys not really being able to communicate on that level. Like we don't even really talk about that, or kind of the respect that children deserve in that conversation about asking for what they need and like getting that. Like we silence kids a lot, so I feel like that happened to us kind of, in the home and also at school. And you're any kind of different, you are ridiculed. And ostracized, or, I think making fun of someone even is enough to cause, that insecurity, that anxiety, that feeling of otherness and unworthiness, of love. And I think that we all kind of do it to each other because it's kind of the society that we're surrounded by. There's a lot of exemplary leaders and exemplary people, or influential people, or powerful people who often are just like bullies and mean and pretty like liars and cheats and like all of these kind of things that we've associated with like things that we shouldn't be. But that's kind of what the examples that we're seeing of people who are allowed power. So I feel like that's kind of having an effect on everyone's mental health as well right now, in a big way. um just because people are just observing the way that things are going. I'm personally like not affected by a lot of the things happening right now. Like I'm blessed to have a space to, be quarantining in. Like I'm blessed to have access to abundance and resources to be able to feed myself and make sure my family's fed too. And like if anything were to happen and my family's taken care of, we're healthy, like I have a lot of blessings right now and I see that. But then I also see that juxtaposition of what's going on right now of people who are really like losing their jobs and tangibly unsure of where they're going to get their next meal, or how they're going to pay their bills, or how they're going to, supply for their families. And I feel like that's just daunting and heavy and valid, kind of heavy. But I also feel for them, in like my circumstance. And I feel for the people who aren't going to be able to just navigate this by being safe at home.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it also,
That fucks me up sometimes. I'm just like, how are we in a space where like we're not going to talk about how heavy this is on people's mental health and why they wouldn't be able to pay their rent at the end of the month when we know that they don't have wages? Like we know what's going on now. Like I just don't understand why we live in such a dissonance. I think that that's what's making me feel really distressed and saddened and kind of like heavy is just the lack of empathy. Like where is everyone's heart chakra? Like where are you? Like why haven't you found this yet? Like open her up, pray, work on it, work on your heart, man. Open that shit up because we need to move.
yeah, I agree with that. I think it's really important, everything that you're mentioning, because as everybody, the conversation started, I think, at least in my own opinion, when Corona first hit, and it died down a little bit. And I think it's really important that we keep talking about the fact that people are going through so much. Kind of like you, I'm blessed. I'm in a house with my family and my siblings. We're safe, we're healthy, we're okay. We're able to have access to resources that we need, but there are others who are still struggling. Um, I think also kind of turning the gears a little bit. Sounds like both of us are empaths, and that's been a real pain in my ass. How's your? It hurts. Yeah, and I think in growing up as someone who just feels a lot, I feel everything, and it's like I feel like I'm absorbing.
People didn't say.
Yeah, if I'm going into a room with a lot of people, I'm absorbing everything that's in there. And that was a lot. And then having to compete and be in a crowd and kind of see all these people. It was like it was like full on sensory overload. And it took a while to get used to that feeling of like there's a lot of people watching me. It's really loud, but I'm still doing what I love. And so now I kind of wanted to mirror that. How was your experience with that? How have you handled that, especially going on tours, being in front of people? It's taking me a while to figure it out. I'm still figuring it out. But yeah,
Same.
for those watching.
The same. I don't know. I'm grateful because like there's something that happens to me when I get on stage where I just tap out. Like I close my eyes and I actually go into another like world. Like I
Feel
just,
that?
yeah, and I have so much more to grow as far as like performing for crowds and getting to do that. I still haven't done that for my own audience and my own music yet. So I'm still like in that realm of what that's gonna feel like. but I also have done it a lot, and there's this there's a part of me that feels really weirded out by being watched. Like really weirded out by it. Like it really just makes me feel icky. It makes me feel like strange when strangers think they have like a right to an opinion on my life, especially my private life, like my love life or like my sex life, like all that kind of stuff is just like, who do you think you are? We've never had a conversation. You're not even a fan of mine, are you? So you don't really know much about me. Like, interesting that you have so much to say there.
It's always so, I feel this in my chest. It's always so odd when people give an opinion that if you actually really look into it, it has nothing to do with you. They don't know who you are. They're not in your inner circle. They actually have no idea what you do.
Imagine like spending your day seeking out having an opinion about someone that you claim to have no interest in. Like, where's your, what are you, we have the same 24 hours in a day, buddy. Like, what are you doing with yours?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm
Ooh, you to think about.
yeah. And also kind of going back to what you said, it's like I know like when I'm competing, that like different dimension feeling. Um right before I go up, I want to crawl into a shell and hide. I remember
I always
yeah, I remember like right before we did like individual finals at the Olympics, I was like crying in the back and I was like, I don't want to go out there. There's so many people. And then I saluted and started my routine, and I kid you not, I couldn't hear anything. I don't remember anything. Like homegirl just blacked out. I don't remember a thing. But it's different because at the end of the day, that is what I love. That is why I do that.
yeah.
So
That's how I felt in my audition. Like I don't remember. I didn't remember it. When I auditioned for X Factor, I literally like when I finished, I got off the stage and I asked, my parents were waiting for me. My whole family was waiting for me. And they were like, how was it? How did you feel? Oh my God, that was crazy. Blah, 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 blah. And mind you, like this isn't an arena and I don't have in ears. So I was hearing back an echo. I had no concept of like, I was like, I can't really hear myself, but I guess I keep singing. Like, that's where I was at. And I literally was like, I don't know. I don't know what just happened, guys. I don't remember. It's in another compartment. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went.
it really be like that sometimes. So now speaking of singing, what got you into that? Because it's you sound so passionate about it. I'm like excited for you through the screen. It's radiating. like,
Empathic conversation because we can feel each other. But yeah, singing has just always been something that I did. I don't know. I always loved to express myself like that. I just kind of gravitated towards it since I was a baby, like since I was little. My dad is a musician, like self-taught. And yeah, he was just always playing music around the house. My mom played music to me when I was in her womb, and she loves to tell me that she loved to play seal for me. Taste.
the
Um,
taste, the flavor.
yeah. And so I don't know. I think I've always expressed myself through that medium and writing. Like
Mm.
I always really gravitated towards lyrics and just the way people express their experiences. So that's kind of
That sounds so sweet. Now, I know a question that usually throws me off a little bit. Don't worry, it's not a crazy one. Someone asked me the other day if I could talk to my younger self, what are some things that I would say? And let me tell you, homegirl cried on the phone, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. If you could kind of go back a little bit and give your inner child some love, what would you tell her?
I would tell her so many things. I would just like kind of stay with her and hold her hand. And like hide in the closet and come out and give her a hug whenever she felt like she was alone. But I would tell her to, first of all, to listen to your intuition, honey. listen to your gut. Your gut is never gonna lie to you. You're not crazy. That is true. Even if you don't know why it's true, it's true. You know it. So just go with it. I would say that first. I would say that I don't know, I would tell her to just like fall in love with herself more and her uniqueness more and to not worry so much about trying to please people. Cause it's just such a waste of time, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
that was
feel
really
that.
indoctrinated into my mind was that like what people thought about you mattered, you know? So I'm just glad to not be there anymore. And if I could rewind, I would be like, hey, you're cool, man. Chill. Just
Little.
be you. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay, sweetheart. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah.
I know I had a lot of different like creative outlets, even as an athlete. There were a lot of things that I really loved. Um, whether that was drawing or sketching, or I got really into journaling more recent. I couldn't do it before because I don't know. I have like a bunch of unfinished journals. And
I
so
go
does every.
Dude, I go through so many phases of that. Like, don't even.
Yeah.
That's
So there's a lot of different things that growing up I found really comforting. I still find them comforting. What are things that you do that make you feel good?
working out. I just found out makes me feel good. Like, and some days I'm not gonna front. Like, some days I don't want to, and I don't. So I will say that. But then those days that I'm really stressed out and like start my or not even stressed out, but just start my day with movement of my body, whether that means, a rigorous circuit workout or like, you know, yoga or dancing or like just movement, like getting in touch with my body. Like I feel like my day just feels better and I just feel better and more energized and just more present in my body. Um and I think it's really important. It also helps with your immune system. So I love working out. I'm loving working out. Like health fitness number one. No, but but I'm getting there. That's what I want. At some point in my life, I want to be one of those bitches that actually works out every day. But
You
for
got it.
for my health, not to like look some way for society like that. Excuse me if I'm not supposed to curse.
I actually don't know the rules, so it's you. I'm sure it's fine.
Sometimes your girl slips up. I'm sorry.
it it's the truth. You speak the truth. I agree with the truth.
I
Right.
do. What else
So
I
now,
like? I like to cook. I like to paint. I like to write.
what do you cook?
What do I cook? All kinds. It depends. I'm getting more into like vegan, plant based stuff. So I'm cooking a lot of that, like cauliflower rice and like just different vegetables, like sauteed and ceviches with coconut meats.
Oh, that sounds so good. I could burn water. I'm sure. I can't cook for
No, for sure.
no, not at all. I
No,
can
no.
like make cookies.
That's a skill. Listen, I've seen plenty of humans burn cookies in my time. Cookies that are like store bought dough cookies. So
No, I make them from scratch. I started from the
that's
beginning.
an even higher qualified gift, in my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Um,
You
so
just have
now,
so many talents. Like, whoa,
sorry, what was that? I cut
you
off.
have so many talents.
Thanks. So do you. So
Thank you.
now, since the lockdowns kind of happened, of course, everybody better be home. But since everybody's been home, what are some things that you've been doing just to stay entertained? Because at this point, I'm pretty sure it's been like what 11 weeks.
Wow, that's a minute. That's a moment. I needed to take a breath for that moment. I have set up a little mini studio in my apartment that I'm getting acquainted and familiar with. and I'm kind of like taking engineering lessons and just kind of like
Ooh.
getting into being able to vocally produce myself and maybe produce some beats. I'm in the process. I'm not promising nothing, but I am definitely exploring it and getting over my fears in that regard. Um, because I also felt this way about songwriting. So now that I'm past that, I gotta get past this one.
Mm.
I've been like really just spiritually in touch, like just spiritual practice, like meditating and reading my cards and like praying and making sure that I'm aligned and keeping my mind, body, and soul intact.
Listen, it's important.
Listen to my song, guys.
Plug. Speaking of plug, before we go ahead and wrap up, do you have anything you want to plug?
Do I have anything I want to plug?
Yeah.
Well, first donate because that would be really nice of you. That's the first plug. But the second plug is gonna definitely be to go listen to my music and watch my videos.
I cannot wait to see what you do next. You are such a sweet human being. Thank you guys for going ahead and tuning in, and thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.